Hey, this is Corey from Woodcraft. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 things that I carry with me sometimes. They're kind of little guilty pleasures, and I think that they will help a lot of you find something to do. I get asked all the time, what's a way to pass the time while you're out camping? What's 5 things that you think will help me get better at enjoying myself, because sitting around just isn't doing it for you. And so the first one is a camera. A long time ago, bringing your camera out into the woods was like a no-brainer. Everybody would go out and buy disposable cameras just to take to the woods to take pictures. And nowadays, now that the camera is on your phone, the picture taking has slowed down because you're trying to avoid the distractions on the phone, right? You go to take a picture, you snap a picture, and then all of a sudden you're checking your Facebook notifications, you're checking your text messages, your emails, you might have a missed call, and then you're in a rabbit hole that you're trying to avoid. You're out in nature to avoid the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and then the phone sucks you back in. And so instead of taking the pictures and having something to share the moment, you just avoid it altogether. And so having a camera, doesn't have to be a DSLR, even just a simple point and shoot, can really help you capture those moments, help you save those memories. And this doesn't have Facebook, it doesn't have YouTube, it doesn't have email or text message, it doesn't make phone calls. You don't feel guilty picking this up and shooting pictures. You know, there's a lot of times where I'll be out and I'll have my main camera and I'll be trying to save the battery, and I tell myself I'll use my phone to take pictures and I'll save the battery on my camera for video, and I just never take any photos because I don't want to get sucked in to what my phone has. And so bringing a backup camera has been my new thing. I try to bring 2 cameras with me now. One is my main camera for YouTube, and then the other camera I use for taking pictures, and maybe a second camera for my videos. Or having 2 cameras has allowed me the opportunity to take a lot more photos and enjoy things a lot better because I'm not getting sucked into my phone all the time. So having a camera can really make a huge difference on how you plan and enjoy your trips. The next thing that I sometimes take with me is safety glasses. Now, I typically always have sunglasses. I get migraines really bad, and so the sunglasses help prevent me from getting a headache out in the woods, especially on those really, really bright days. And so I always have sunglasses, and then I try to bring safety glasses so that when it gets darker out, I can still see. But these are DeWalt safety glasses. I have a lot of different kinds of safety glasses that I've gotten from work over the years, and these help a lot. Even not in the aspect of like if you're chopping wood, you should wear safety glasses so a chunk doesn't fly in your eye. But the other thing that I use these for, the thing that I probably use these for most often, is if there's like a thick brush or there's just this really thick, dense woods and there's birch bark on the other side of it, I'll put these on and I'll trudge through it knowing that I'm not going to damage my eyes. I'm not going to get a stick in my eye and injure myself. And so this allows me to, when I don't have these, I find myself avoiding that situation. I find myself trying to find a different way of starting fire. I try to find different ways of doing things because I don't want to go through. But when I have these with, I just plow through. I don't mind because I know my eyes are safe. And so that is my favorite part of bringing safety glasses. It's not so much for chopping wood and the things that are commonly used with safety glasses. It's just for hiking through and knowing that my eyes are safe. I'm not going to get a stick in the eye, and I'm not going to have to, my face might get scratched up a little bit, but my eyes will always be safe. And so that's usually what I use the safety glasses for. But having them with and having that peace of mind and having the ability to do those things, I always appreciate having those with me. The next thing is binoculars. So my binoculars come with me when I know I don't have very much planned. If I only have like one video to make, or if I don't have a lot of stuff planned to do, if there isn't like a hiking trail or anything, I like to bring these with. And what I have found is I am so much more observant when I have these with. Typically when I'm out camping and I don't have these and there's stuff going on in the background or I see something, I just ignore it. A lot of things I don't even hear. I'm not paying attention to what's happening way over there because there's no way of me investigating it. There's no way of me seeing what's going on. And I feel like when I have my binoculars with me, I hear so much more and I see so much more because whatever is happening way over there, I can pull these out and see what it is. If there's a bird that's a really bright color, I can go and I can pull these out and see what it is. You know, it could be the opportunity to investigate what I'm hearing and seeing just opens my ears and eyes up to a lot more stuff. And so this is a fun thing. Again, I don't bring it with, I hardly ever bring these with, but every single time I can feel it. I feel myself hearing things that I don't usually hear. I see things or things catch my eye that usually don't catch my eye. And so I really like having these with. I really find myself pulling these out constantly. When I have these binoculars with me, they're right next to me all day long because I'm constantly looking at different things. And so a set of binoculars can really change the way you see camp. It can really change the way you plan your trips because you might plan on just sitting around and seeing what happens, right? You don't have to go and find a waterfall. You don't have to go and plan on this and plan on that. Just sitting around and waiting for everything to come to you and then investigating it with your binoculars is really fun sometimes, and I really enjoy those trips that I have my binoculars. The fifth and final, oh no, that's the third. The next thing is Flieswatter. Now, this Flieswatter is saved my night's sleep. I sleep so much better every time I bring this, and it's just a cheap, super cheap Flieswatter. And what this comes in handy for is a lot of times when I'm out camping, I like to bathe before I go to bed. And so I'll jump in the lake or the river and I'll wash all the DEET and smoke and everything off of me. And then I'll go into the tent, and without fail, there's always mosquitoes or flies inside the tent, buzzing, driving me crazy. And so to have a Flieswatter to just be able to take care of those nuisances and be able to sleep a lot better, sleep in quiet instead of the bzzz, or you're worried that they're gonna bite your face, the mosquitoes are gonna bite your face, and just the peace of mind of knowing that you're taking care of the problem and you don't have to worry about it anymore helps me sleep so much better. And so again, I almost never bring this thing with me anymore, but every single time I do, I always tell myself I need to bring it more often. It's one of those things that I always forget. It's one of those things that it's, even if I do remember it, it's the last thing because I saw it laying somewhere, so I quick grab it. But every single time I bring this with, I use it, and every single time I'm glad I have it because I sleep so much better. So those are the first four. So now the fifth and final thing. This is something that most people don't talk about, but me and Caroline talk about all the time, and that is games. Here I have Shark Week Uno, and Monopoly Deal, and Catan, the card game, and just a plain deck of cards at night after dinner. Okay, when the sun hasn't gone down yet, so it's still bright out, playing a game and waiting for the sun to set so that you can start a fire and enjoy the warmth of the fire is probably my favorite thing to do. My favorite moment when I'm out camping is that after dinner game. There's been a lot of times where I'm at camp and I got all these things to do. I need to make videos. I need to get wood stacked. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to make sure this is done and that is done. And then I sit down and eat dinner. And after dinner, I enjoy a game, and all my worries, all my cares, all my everything are just gone. It's my favorite thing. And Caroline really enjoys it as well. That's why she always pushes for it. But I really highly suggest getting a deck of cards and bringing them with you on your camping trip. Even just playing solitaire. You sit down, you eat your dinner, you play some solitaire to just wind down for the night, just kind of cool down. You don't have anything else to do. Play a game, get your mind off of everything. All your cares in the world just disappear in that moment, and I love it. I love that moment where we're focused on a game and nothing else. There's nothing else that needs to be done. There's nothing else to do, and we're simply just waiting for the sun to set so that we can get to the fire, warm up, tell jokes, do whatever we do around the fire. But that game is like the starting point of the rest of the night, and it's my favorite. And so with that being said, make sure to leave your little things in the comment section. What things do you almost never bring, you don't hear anybody talking about, but when you do bring them, you always enjoy using them? Let me know in that comment section, and I cannot wait to see you on my next video.